Owning a car comes with its own share of problems. Servicing, maintenance, flat tires, dead batteries, and sometimes you just end up getting stranded by the roadside. But thanks to today's episode sponsor, TA's Auto Body Center, it's goodbye to all that hustle as you can now just dial a mechanic to take care of all your car needs. They can assist you with towing services, roadside assistance services, flat tires, jump starts even, and full vehicle service from your home. If you like, they can also deliver full service kits from as low as $50. So call 0776 053 255 or follow them on IG, Instagram at Dollar Mechanic ZW, and never, I say never, get stranded again.
When I say I'm taking over, they just act surprised. Feel like Donald Trump is all I'm after is the power, 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 power.
All I'm after is the power,
power, power, power, power.
I feel like Donald Trump, 'cause all I'm after is that power,
power, power, power, power.
I feel like Donald Trump, 'cause all I'm after is that power.
Doing it my way, I'm choosing money over everything. It's lately I've been learning you will never get attention, even if they don't pay. But I stayed humble, they claim me to fly, but all I'm seeing are airplanes.
Hello and welcome again to yet another exciting episode of Everyone Should Be a Bodybuilder series. Now we're continuing with the series, or actually we're officially getting into the first episode. That is the content meta of this series. Now, for those who do not know what this series is all about, you need to go back to the previous episode where we open up with the concept. So, just a summary for now, we're going to be talking about how some of the life principles that we learn that we can take from bodybuilding. Now, I'm not saying that you should go into the gym, but I'm saying you should start looking at bodybuilders and looking at the habits, the regimes that they follow for you to get your life in such a good shape. Now, today's topic or today's episode title is actually the way of the weights. Now we're going to explore the way of the iron, the way of the weights. Now, if you have never been in the gym before, or if you've actually been in the gym, you know what I'm talking about. When you get into the gym, first thing you step into the gym, I still remember the first time I walked into the gym when I was still in high school, and all I could see was just a whole bunch of heavy metal. So there was a whole bunch of heavy iron, and I was just looking at it and thinking, yo, this is so heavy. This is more like my weight. Like some of the plates that were there were way heavier than anything I've ever seen in my life and anything I'd attempted to lift in my life. And for me to look at that and to see other people lifting that was such a huge feat. And I still remember, I still have the emotions and the feelings up to this very day of and the thoughts of it. Like I was like, yo, look, this is so heavy and I don't know what to do with this. Now, that's the way of the weight, you know. Weight is fungible. It's intangible, actually. You know, the iron will always maintain its weight. So it's going to be there. So if you see a 20-pound plate or 25-pound plate or 50-pound plate, it's always going to be a 50-pound plate. Now, no matter what you do, no matter how you think about it, no matter how badly you want to look at it, or you might look at it as say, you know, this is a heavy-ass weight, or it's an ugly weight. Maybe it's not one of the nice plates that are out there. Maybe it's one of those backyard gym plates where it's probably, you know, some DIY type thing, and I mean it's not presentable, right? But then the numerical value or the weight of the actual weight, which is 50 pounds, or let's just bring it home, let's say 25 kilo plates or 20 kilo plates, it doesn't change. So take a 20 kilo plate, put it in the fanciest gym you have in your country, or take the same plate and put it in the, you know, in a scrappy backyard gym. It's still the same amount of weight. Now, the point I'm trying to put across is life and its problems will always be the same. You know, some people say, no, I want to be rich. If I'm rich, I don't have problems. I mean, people who are rich, people who are successful, rich people have problems. Poor people have problems. So problems are always going to be there. It just depends on how you look at them. That's the way of life. So the way of iron is the way of life. Everything you do, problems and barriers are always going to be there. So in life, whenever you walk life, you're always going to see problems. When you get into the gym, you're always going to see weights. That's the thing. I mean, in the gym, it's so funny. Because in my high school, the gym we had okay, so this is one of those white, previously, colonially, white schools during the colonial era. This was like a predominantly white school, and this is a school that was built in 1954, and it has like a long heritage of British equipment. Everything is in pounds. Everything is more of grassroots, old style type of bodybuilding. There's all that old equipment from back in the day, and even the door hinges were heavy. The benches were heavy. The way I could picture it, everything in that gym was just heavy. Like nothing in that gym was easy. You wouldn't go in the gym and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this because this is easier." No, everything was just heavy. Everything was just heavy, from the actual weights, from all the tools that are around, all the things that you can play around with. Everything was just so heavy. So that's the way of the iron. That's the way of the weights. You're looking at everything, and weights are always there. So same thing with problems in life. No matter how rich you are, no matter how successful you become, you are always going to be faced with problems, because problems are the way of life. So you need to start reframing your mind whenever you see a weight. So the thing is, okay, maybe let's go back to the bodybuilding example. When a bodybuilder gets into the gym, right? When a weightlifter gets into the gym, they're not looking at weights and saying, "Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do?" No, when I stepped into the gym, I looked at them and I was like, "Yo, this is the agent of my change." Do you feel me? Like stepping into the gym every day, I'll be like, "Yo, this is what's gonna make me look buff." Back then again, not the secret. Back then again, it was all about the girls. It was all about, I want to look good as hell. I want to look this good so that I can be attractive. You feel me? Of course, we also wanted to be strong for rugby. That's primarily why the gym was there. It was, for the rugby guys to be strong enough. But then, we started to look into the purpose of look into the weights and seeing other things that we could generate from using them. So rather than looking at them as just, I go to the gym so that as part of my fitness conditioning regime, so that I'm just stronger, fitter, stronger, faster, more athletic. We started to look at gym and say, "Hey, you know what? I am in the gym. I'm getting bigger arms. I'm getting a bigger chest. I could start using these for my personal stuff. Like I can just use this to become more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And that is how we actually started getting into this whole concept of, I want to look big. I want to look swole. People getting looking good. Getting tight t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. Case in point is, we looked at them and reframed. Is it of looking? Because for us, I want you to realize, for us, gym did not start as a fun thing. This was a painful process that we had to endure for rugby, right? Because midway in high school, when you got to so it's under 16s. Yeah, under 16s, under 15s. That's when, under 16s actually. That's when you were allowed to get into the gym. That's when the coach would come through and say, "Hey guys, as part of our fitness regime, we're now getting into the gym." You get into the gym, you had you had these targets that you had to meet. So you had certain amount of weight that you had to push for certain amount of repetitions for bench press and squats and a whole lot of other exercises that we had to do. Now, this was not fun. If I'll be honest, this is not fun. This was not fun because Squats are not particularly fun or fun thing to do. Bench pressing has now become fun for me, but back then it wasn't fun. It was a problem. This was a big problem because you knew that you had to go to the gym, you had to put in the weight, the coach would be there monitoring. You had to make sure that you develop that strength, that extra strength. You had to go through all the pain so that you qualify to be a part of the team. So the gym was a problem. The weight was a problem. It was not really as we have it now, where I'm looking at the weights, I'm saying, yo, this is fun or whatever. It was a problem because if you failed to make your numbers in the gym, you would not be wearing that number on the field. So for you to wear the number on the field, you had to make your numbers in the gym. So we had to go to the gym. We had to put extra work in the gym so that we get that number on the field. So that's the way of iron. It was a problem for us, but we started to look at it differently. I mean, you're in the gym. You have access to a gym at any time. Of course, not during lectures and lessons, whatever, but you had access to the gym, right? So we could complain, whine, cry about the gym and say, hey, these weights are heavy, nothing is light here, we need something lighter. I mean, people would say actually, if you start lifting weights, it will stunt your growth and all the kind of, people say stuff. So we could either, do that, just walk around, talk about it, say, hey, this is not working. This is heavy and I can't do this, right? Or B, we could actually look at it in a different way. Back then, this is puberty. Testosterone is super high, off the roof. And, this is a point where you start when you have the most physical changes, like on your body. This is when you start developing, a structure for the chest. You have a structure for the arms, the biceps, the tris, the shoulders, all that. So we could either decide to use that to our benefit, look like the hunks, be the hunks. Everyone wanted to have that Arnold Schwarzenegger type body growing up. Every guy wanted to have that at some point. I mean, we grew up watching that stuff, so we were inspired by that stuff. So this is our opportunity to look like bodybuilders, and straight up, that's how it started. We stopped looking at the pain, concentrating on the pain, and we started concentrating on the benefits or the what we could get out of it. So instead of, hey, I need to put my numbers, I'm like, yo, I'm going to the gym because, look, check this out. If I'm going to the gym, if I'm lifting weights, I can develop my body, I can look this good, right? And that's how it all started. That's how you change. That's how we changed. So it's the same thing with problems in life. You're going to face problems in business. You're going to face problems in school. You're going to face problems in sport. You're going to face problems in your career. Life is problems. You're just gonna get problems. So this is the way of life. The way of life is problems. Now, problems are the way of life, but then how we look at problems determines how we're going to exit life or how we're going to leave life. Yes, life has problems. That's a constant. That's a given. Same as the gym has weights. That's a given. But let's look at life problems. We can either look at these problems and whine, cry about these problems, or we can look at those problems and actually look at them as our agents of change. So in problems, for every problem, there's a solution. And for a solution, that's an area of profitability. If you come up with a solution to a problem, you've just opened up an area of profitability or an opportunity. Now, when I say profitability, I do not really, I do not mean it in the literal financial term. I'm looking at it in a more, what's the term? Okay, let's forget it. I'm looking at it in a more of a opportunity way, like it's an area of opportunity, right? So it's If you have a problem, you have an opportunity to grow. You have a problem, you have an opportunity to grow via a solution. So coming up with solutions helps you to grow and discover new things and even unlock new opportunities. Now, we are looking at this current situation. Right now the whole world is crying because of the COVID situation. The COVID situation has turned businesses in absolute chaos, and everything is not working. Many things were not working for the for first days of the COVID, first months of the COVID period. But some businesses managed to survive. Actually, some businesses reached their record high in terms of profitability. Why? Because they did not look at the problem and cry about it, but they looked at the problem and came up with solutions. So for every problem, when a problem emerges, know that it's surrounded by opportunity. That's the way of life. It's the way of life. For every problem to be seen, there's potential opportunity. For every weight in the gym, there's potential gains. When you get into the gym, when you're looking at all those 20 kilo plates, 25 kilo plates, 40 kilo plates, 35 kilo plates, don't look at them and say, weights. Say, gains, because that's exactly what they are. Those are potential gains to be made. So that's the way of life. That's the way of the iron, the way of the weight. You need to look at the weight and realize that it's not there to crush you. Yes, the same iron, the same 20 kilo plate that will help you to get 12-inch arms or 24-inch arms, 22-inch arms is the same plate that can harm you, that can seriously hurt you. I know of people who've had bicep tears, their biceps torn apart, they've torn ligaments in the back or whatever, the chest. The same weight can hurt you. I've seen people in the gym trying to lift weights that were way heavier than they could naturally lift, and they broke an elbow, broke a bone or two, they got hurt, they got dislocated, something bad happened, But then that's the whole thing. It has great potential to hurt. It has great potential to block you, but it also has great potential to build you. So when you're looking at weights, you can either say, hey, this will destroy me, this will hurt me, this will whatever. But you can also look at them and say, hey, this will help me grow bigger. This will help me get stronger. This will help me get more athletic, right? So it's the way of life is problems. The way of the iron is weight. And it's all about how you choose to look at it. Are you going to reframe it? Are you going to look at it in a bad way? Or are you going to reframe it in a way that allows you to see the potential benefits, the potential opportunities that lie on the other side of you trying it out? Now, I know this is quite an interesting topic. I hope it is. Don't forget to hit us on Instagram, Twitter. Send us emails. Yes, send us emails. We do have an email that's out there. theafricanmillennial@gmail.com. Please feel free to contact us. If you have any adverts, if you'd like to advertise on this platform, we're very welcome to get your product and create an engaging ad that we'll put on this podcast, on this platform. So if you're interested and if you want to have your podcast, your products, services, whatever, published or promoted via this platform, you can just send us an email. You can send us also a message on Instagram. The IG handles are all in the description section, including the email and all the ways that you can get in contact with us. Please, we like it when you guys communicate with us. This is we are passionate about this series, and we're passionate about getting it to be bigger. and we want to make sure that we connect with you, the audience. So please send us that review, like, subscribe, share, turn on the notification button so that each time we get a new episode, you're alerted. Review, comment, tell us how you feel about the content. Is the content really that good for you guys, or are you enjoying it? What parts of it do you like, and what topics interest you? We really like you and would really appreciate that feedback from you guys, because this is how we get this platform to grow. That's how we get to get more exciting content, and potentially this is also how we manage to get interesting guests or partners to put on the podcast so that you guys can listen to different voices. The African Millennial Podcast is all about African stories, African people, African millennials, and how we're getting us better. So we are out here on a mission to try and get everyone to be better, the best version of themselves, because I always say this: we are the solutions to Africa's problems. We are the solution to Africa's problems. So each and every African millennial, when you look at yourself in the mirror each morning when you wake up, just know this: you are the solution to Africa's problems. Everything that's going wrong, everything that is wrong with this country, everything that is wrong with this economy, everything that is wrong with this continent is on you. You are the solution. You are that agent of change. These are all agents of change, but you are the actual solution. So let's not forget that. This has been another exciting episode, and I can't wait to have you guys in yet another episode coming up on this exciting series. I'm very passionate about this series. I'm enjoying it so much. I guess maybe because I'm a bodybuilder and fitness is my thing. I've also will be tagging people, sharing out, giving away meal planners and meal plans on our IG platform. So if you guys are interested in some free meal plans for gaining weight, we're starting off with some weight gaining meal plans. Probably we'll move into some workouts and all that kind of stuff. But if you're interested in all that information, if you're interested in that content, please just hit us again on our Instagram. Just share with us, communicate with us, and we'll help you. It's interesting, and I love this. I like helping people reach their goals as far as bodybuilding is concerned, as far as financial things are concerned. In your life, I'm just a person who just like to see other people grow, succeed. I'm interested in growth. So if you'd like to grow, be it in the gym, be it outside of the gym, just contact us and we can help you out. So this has been yet another exciting episode, and I can't wait to the next one.
Nothing in the world of money cannot buy. I swear I always chase it till the dead die. When I say I'm taking over, they just act surprised. Feel like Donald Trump is all I'm after is the power, 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 power.
All I'm after is the power,
power, power, power, power.
I feel like Donald Trump, 'cause all I'm after is that power. I want it.
Late nights in the studio, cause I'm motivated, want the art to grow. Where this beat's gonna take me tomorrow, I know cause I'm buying the ticket a day. I stay grinding, beat riding, I play the game till the whistle blown. And you never hear me saying, put it on the frame, never in it for the fame. My music is my transportation to a lot of nations. All my visitation, my patience on most of these radio stations. And getting the message that we are the ones with the message. If it's complicated, back to the basics. Been agitated for the pain in my verses, but now I feel it like stress is a blessing. Polite to the game like you opened your curtains. Hard moves on the get-go, never made a cut like an afro, but my limit, bro. Wanna find a detonate that can break my bread for me. If I didn't know this gym is trying to make a difference on my pops, you should pray for me. RIP to the VIPs, and everybody's never there for me. Tell the future that I'm there. Tell my city that I'm here. Backstage, we're prepared. About to turn up in a minute. We touch base when we let go. Got the heads bumping like the Super Bowl. Man, I'm parred up like a UFO. Put the game back, what you mad for? Yeah. Something in the world of money cannot buy. I swear I always chase it till the dead die. When I say I'm taking over, they just act surprised. Feel like Donald Trump is all I'm after is the power, 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 power.
All I'm after is the power,
power, power, power, power.
I feel like Donald Trump, 'cause all I'm after is that power.